Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ale.
And I'm Carla, and this is Booked Buzzin.
From bestseller to hidden gems, we're going to be sharing our thoughts, reviews, and all the latest buzz in the book world.
That's right. Today we're going to be diving into our off-the-cuff chapters 1 through 10 of Brimstone analysis.
Yep, and we're going to be sipping on our vodka seltzers as we get started.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers. We never cheers.
I know, we should do that more
We
often.
should.
So as we dive into chapters 1 through 10, we want to make sure that you know that there are going to be spoilers, but nothing past chapter 10. So if you've read up to this was going to be a safe
Yeah, you
video
can
for
follow
you.
along safely as long as you've read chapters 1 through 10.
Yep. We're not going to go past 10,
Yeah,
but we
you're
are
safe.
going to talk through 1 through 10.
Okay.
So let's start. Obviously, we already went through the prologue. So one of the things that I loved in your notes for the prologue was, I'm going to struggle with Kingfisher being nice.
Yeah, so I wrote a note for the prologue. The only thing I wrote was Fisher, I'm going to struggle with his kindness, which we kind of talked about slightly when we went into the prologue, but I cannot forget what he did in Quicksilver.
I know. And I feel like maybe people are going to think that we keep talking about this,
Yeah.
but it was real. It was a big deal because it was consistently an asshole.
Yeah.
And I feel like
And he took things too far
he
is
did.
the biggest problem
He
for
did.
me.
It would have been different if we've seen other books, tropes, where the guy's kind of like an asshole, or he tells her some stupid slick shit, and then he doesn't care about if she hurts herself, something like that, right?
Yeah.
But this is where I think we draw the line, which is that sexual humiliation.
Yes, that's exactly what it was for me.
For me, it was the comment. There was a part in Quicksilver where he was like, "You're such a needy bitch."
Yeah.
That was already
Or how he was like, you're so desperate, grinding yourself on me. You don't think I knew what you were doing. You desperate.
fail.
I was like, oh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Here's the thing. You can literally be trying to kill each other, on opposite sides of the team.
Yep.
Literally being I won't rest until you're dead. You're scum. That's fine.
Yep.
But once you intimately humiliate somebody like that, that's too much for me.
It is. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like it was. I don't think
It was degrading.
I don't think I've read something like that.
No, I've never read anything like that. And I know that it's not a trope that I can deal with.
No, me either, because I think the couple tropes that we've talked about and compared this to was one, kind of push her away because I care.
Which I fucking hate that trope.
I hate it too. But this was poorly done because he was so vile.
Yeah.
And then the second one, which I just don't agree it is, it's not an enemy to lovers to me.
Yeah.
But again, enemies, I guess enemies can degrade each other.
Yeah, but I think there's also limits to that.
But there has to be a purpose. For her, right? Let's say that enemies hate each other and they're on opposite teams. You can get behind, I love you now, but I understand you were behind your realm, right? If we were fighting in battle and shit, right?
Yeah.
You have your side
Or
and I
your
have my
father
side.
executed my family, some shit like
Exactly.
that. I can get that.
I can get behind that. But there was no reason for her to humiliate her sexually.
Yeah,
that.
I completely agree. What is the purpose of that? What the fuck did I do to you? And you need my help.
Yeah. And you need my help. So I agree.
And it's also the fact that it's he attacks her in every way possible.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yep.
He laughs when Everlane comes in and is it smells like a brothel in here. And she's referring to how Ceres smells.
Yep.
Because Ceres is turned on and he laughs. And then yes, he's oh, sorry. Ha ha ha. I got one off last night. But he looks at her and laughs as if she's not already humiliated enough.
Yeah.
I think that was the issue for me where I was just this is it. enterrado. You're not coming out of this grave.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
then when we read the prologue, it was his perspective. And I was like, fuck.
The part in the prologue where he's like, you should know that I would do anything for you. Really?
How should I know that?
Where
We've
exactly?
been dating for 3 weeks. How should I know that?
And if it was 3 weeks. You know something interesting? Do you know that this book is basically set 3 days after Quicksilver? That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know 3 days, but I know it was like right after Quicksilver.
Yeah, it had like at one point I found it somewhere when I was like in my deep dive research, literally 3 days after Quicksilver, which means like no more than 3 weeks. So like, in what part did you like treat me so well that like I should know that you could do everything for me or do
Yeah.
anything for me? Which, all right, let's dive in. Chapter 1. No, prologue. Still, sorry. Why the fuck is he running after a fucking fox?
Seriously, look, I get it. The fox is cute, but like, the fox went from being like irrelevant as fuck in Quicksilver to like
Just like a
now
little companion.
Yeah, like now it's like this emotional tether, super important.
It feels
chases
like
Sirius to the end of the world, and it's like, when did that happen?
it feels like one of those like emotional support animals.
Yeah, but like,
And I'm like, when
did
did
that
we
develop?
domesticate a fucking fox to be like tied at your hip? Like it's so. But anyways,
I just feel like
my point here was
that wasn't done naturally.
no.
Because I can garner affection for a companion.
Yep.
An animal companion. But I just don't feel like Onyx presented like a strong
No.
role
No.
in Quicksilver. And then now it's like this thing that like he's like, oh,
It's so important
it's
to
gonna
her.
kill her if the fox dies. Like, it actually won't.
It actually won't, and I will
And how
prove
about don't
this.
tell her?
And not only that, but and I'll prove this. When he comes in with the fox and it's like battered up, and she grabs the fox.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
And he like asks for the fox, but she doesn't know what he's gonna do because we don't know that he has like that healing magic.
Yeah.
And she hands him the fox in the sense of like, I know he's gonna like put him out of his misery and
Yeah.
stuff.
She's like, do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do. Or, like,
Which I just
that's not the same
attacked,
energy.
like a horde of feeders for this fucking
Ex-
fox for
that's
you to
not
tell
the
me to put it down.
Energy. That's not the same energy.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know. The fox is a little like I don't get it, but
Like, I think
fine.
it's cute. And I think if it was done right, I would like the fox as an animal companion.
Yep.
But it's just like, I don't know. It seems like out of nowhere,
Yep.
the fox became super important.
Yeah,
Like, it's on
And
the
it's been
fucking
3
cover.
days.
Why?
I know. The only thing I keep holding on to is like maybe it's gonna be more important, or maybe there's like she's great at plot twists. So,
She is.
So you don't know if like in the world of fantasy it's like something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways,
True.
we move on. And the first thing that happens made me crack the fuck up.
Okay.
When Carrion was like, well, if no one's going to say it, Ceres, you look downright fuckable.
Oh my God.
And what is described in the scene as Tal being like, are you insane? I found that scene so funny and so well done.
So my impression on the first chapter was more like, okay, so we're seeing about Tal now. Teledeus, Tal. Yes. And like almost immediately, Callie Hart starts connecting strings between Tal and Ceres. And Ceres goes like, oh, I can feel him wake up all the way across from the castle, and I can feel his despair.
emotions.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're like,
What? I know, same. Or when she compared them,
yes.
like
I love that
I
part.
actually do have that part written.
It's right here too.
Oh, I have it there too.
Yeah.
Okay, you can say it.
So it's Callie setting up the groundwork. It looks like for a love triangle, and she goes, This is from Ceres' perspective. They were similar in many ways, but where my mate was all darkness and quiet brooding, Taladeus was light, his mood often easier than it had reason to be. They were counterweights, perhaps, different sides of the same coin, but also different currencies. Vampires, fae, maker, mate.
Why are we? What is
That
like,
part I was like, what are we doing?
why are we comparing them?
Yeah.
I know.
I liked that part.
Same. That was interesting.
I liked that she was, because we've heard that there's going to be a love triangle in this book, or it's like insinuated.
Yeah. But there's gonna be like a second love interest.
Yeah. So like she starts off the book with being like, "There's something here." The sire bond.
This is tall. Taladeus.
And immediately, one of the very first thoughts that Sarah is having is a comparison
Yep.
between her mate and her maker.
Yep. But I think I feel like in a way it was foreshadowed from Quicksilver that how come he was the first person there for her when she wakes up? I
get you.
understand the logistics of it.
Yeah, I get you.
Still weird.
Still, yeah,
Still weird.
still weird.
That even if your maker had to be there, why was Fisher not?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think you're right. I do think it was foreshadowing.
Yeah. Something. I
don't know. You know what I struggle with this fucking love triangle shit is that I'm like, I just know that it's gonna be Fisher and her in the end because they have these fucking god bindings, and like because the gods were like, every time you two are together, the world is
You're
it
like an
ends. So it's
axis
like,
of
oh
something.
my god. So really,
Even if you write me through this love triangle, like the chances of her not being with Fisher
Yeah.
is low.
yeah, like low as fuck.
Low as
Kinda
like
when you're
non-existent.
reading Twilight, it's like,
Jacob doesn't
do you
have
think
a
she's gonna
fucking chance. Never.
what do you think she's
Yeah.
gonna end up with?
Yep, for sure. We saw some of early Quicksilver series in this chapter. And that was kind of cool because she was
Yeah.
very like put together. This is the shit that is going on and this is how.
Coronation.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, Ceres from the first few chapters of Quicksilver makes an appearance in the first chapter of Brimstone.
Yep. A strong FMC,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And I think it is really hard to write a strong FMC that's not annoying. It's really hard.
I can see that.
Because it a lot of the time comes off as like trying too hard, overbearing. Like
Yeah.
what a lot of authors do is that they try to make the FMC too much of a hard ass, too much of a badass.
I don't give a fuck about anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like just too fucking cool. And it's like, oh my God, yeah, wow, of course you're capable of all these fucking things.
Yeah.
And hardly is an FMC done right where it's like
True.
women have many layers, you know?
Yep.
So Ceres as an FMC, not impressive. But the first few chapters of Quicksilver, I really liked her. And this first chapter of Brimstone, I did. And specifically, I like the part where Ceres and Zovena, I think, are going. Well, it's mostly Zovena who, look, she had a tongue for way too long. I don't know why the fuck Ceres let her keep talking.
Why are you? Who are you?
Seriously.
Like, first off.
But at some point, because Zovena keeps calling them like my father, calling Malcolm her father. And Ceres goes, your father was felled by his own hubris. He was too arrogant. He believed himself invincible. And I had the pleasure of showing him otherwise. A god sword will make worm food of any of us, no matter who wields it. But regardless, I'm no child. My name is Ceres Fane, and I am your queen. And that, I was like, period.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Because the whole time they're arguing, everyone's arguing. It's fucking stupid ass Zovena. She's the first one to open that big fat mouth of hers. Then there's that other annoying guy who starts talking shit also.
Yeah.
The whole crowd is going crazy. And she's just like standing there and they're all like, she doesn't deserve this. Why is she there? Taladeus, fuck you. Like they're all like arguing.
Yep.
And nobody's on her side. And then basically she gets the last word in the argument and says that. And it's kind of a way that she's like, let me shut this shit down, which she doesn't shut shit down. But
No, but
I
I
appreciated her being like, let me put my foot down on something.
Yep. Yes, but even when you start the second chapter, when I think his name is Aerith, Lord of Midnight.
Aerith's.
Yeah. So even when Aerith was like, "Oh, what should we do or whatever?" She was like, "I heard this was a coronation. Can we get it moving?" You know, it sounds very much like I am your fucking queen. So let's do this because what are you waiting for? And I feel like it kind of helped kind of even in the next chapter, you see how like early Quicksilver series. I gotta tell you something.
What?
Going into chapter 2. Going into chapter 2, I realized that I was gonna struggle with the sex scenes in this book. Because
Okay.
why are you all up hot and bothered over the vampire bite? Which I understand. I know it's normal in vampire world.
Listen, I would have been mortified if I was her. Because the problem with this series is that everybody can smell you. I hate that. I fucking hate that. And they smell you for days after too. I hate that.
I hate being able to know like who you've been with.
Yeah, I hate that like there's no privacy essentially.
Yeah. Agreed.
So and then it's like even if you're mates or whatever, it's like damn, it's every day with you guys, you know, like it's just like it's nobody's business. So I'm a very private person though, so I guess like I'm not the kind of person that would like something like that.
I can't imagine who would.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I don't know.
So you're right though. Starting off with the fact that anybody and everybody can fucking smell you, and then that happens in front of the entire vampire court.
Yeah, so
And what
they're
hate,
pressuring Sarah's to drink blood. She hasn't drank blood.
they were like, "Oh, you can't lead us if you're not one of us."
Right. And she's like, no. And it's actually is his name Aerith's. I was gonna say Esther.
Yeah.
Aerith's who's like, you have to. And Kingfisher's like, fuck it, just do it. How about be like, listen, bite and suck quick. I've never done this. Why would you not tell me what could happen if I just stay like on top of you?
And then the worst part was that I should have told her.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have.
I don't understand why he wouldn't just tell her.
I don't know. And it's like she was opposing it and you're encouraging it. So like I would think that you'd be like, look, just bite and suck quickly. We'll talk about this later. Do it. 5 seconds. No big deal.
Literally. So
But he doesn't.
But he doesn't.
So she turns him on. She gets turned on. And the entire court is witness to it. So embarrassing. And she's
At your
young.
fucking coronation?
Dude, at your coronation, and I'm your new queen. You're all being introduced to me. I'm young, and I was transitioned from human.
And I'm a hybrid, basically.
Yeah. And I was a human like a week ago. Yeah. So it's like I'm already like in the worst position for this. For on top of that to be humiliated and looked at like, oh, look at this fucking idiot human shit.
Yep.
So that part.
So I felt like it was very uncomfortable. And I'm sure that was Callie's intention. Mm-hmm. But I knew right off the bat that I was just going to have a really hard time with the amount of sex in the book. Which I can talk about it later, but what?
No, tell me. Which what?
Which, like, I did.
Yeah.
You know, like right now, currently, I am on chapter 25 and I think you're in 30.
Yeah, I have not moved from 30.
And I think I've already had like
at
least 2 chapters fully of this.
I've had enough.
I've had enough. I've had more than enough.
I've had more than enough. I had more than enough like 2 scenes ago. Like, yeah, I'm done. No more.
That vampire biting was enough for me.
Okay, so what I will say, piggybacking off of that, is that in this chapter, when that shit happened with like that he got hard because, you know, she didn't suck immediately, I was like, oh, this is going to be a sex thing now. They're going to be biting each other and like sucking each other's blood. This is going to be a sex thing.
I know.
Which we'll get into later. But from chapter 2, I know where we're going with this.
Same.
We also meet a new character Harax. It's a creature.
It's a weird creature.
Yeah, it's like described petrifyingly.
Yeah.
And it's
Like translucent skin, black veins, black orbs for
black veins freaked me out.
Yeah.
And Kingfisher tells her that Harax is a creature like the oldest creature known in their world, and that he and Malcolm had a deal.
Yep.
Where
he just wanted to observe.
Malcolm allowed him to stay there and observe.
Yep.
In exchange for something. And so immediately you're like, okay,
keep your eyes on that one.
The fuck. And he's one of the lords, so it's like
one of the lords of midnight. So they have 5, right?
Yeah. Zovana the bitch,
Tal,
Aeriths, Tal, Harax,
and Algath, which is La Vieja.
Decrepit old bitch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. La Vieja.
Oh yeah, homie.
And apparently Fisher says that she's actually the youngest, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, obviously, she got turned when she was like much older, but
yeah,
wouldn't you not want to be turned at that age? Because she's like a half.
If you knew you were gonna fall into the black magics, do it earlier. I don't know.
Seriously, like if it's either become a vampire when you're young and beautiful, or like let it go.
Let it go.
Like
totally.
I mean, maybe it wasn't an option for her, but it just seems like a really weird phase in her life to be like, I want eternal life
in my old body,
in this current body.
Yep. But so you have all of them 5 there.
Yeah.
And then this happens. And I just like, I'm sorry I'm getting stuck on this, but I'm just like,
no, I had a huge problem with it. I was like, this is super awkward. I hate that it happened in front of everyone.
This is what bothers me too. And I actually didn't write this on my notes, but as I'm talking about it, I realized that it bothers me. Taladeus is more worried about her safety than Fisher.
How do you figure?
Why? At the beginning of they're about to walk into the coronation, she kept telling Fisher, like, listen, do not give her this. She cannot seem weak. Do this, do that. Like, just play by the rules. Mm-hmm. You're not in the court. You don't know this system. Just pay attention to me. I want her to be safe, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And Fisher's like, I don't give a fuck. I'd kill them all. I just didn't like that approach.
I agree, but I think Taladeus is coming more from a political point of view, because something that you do catch on to within these 2-3 chapters, actually the first 3 chapters, is that the vampire court is very political.
Yes.
And Taladeus is like, you need to play by these rules. This is what we need to present. Yeah. This is what we need to do. They're going to be questioning this. You need to do that. And like, it's not one of those like one-off moments where it's like, I'm queen now. Everybody accepts me. No. He's like, no. Listen, you're going to meet these 5 people. This is what's going to happen. Yeah. You have to show up, because if not, they're going to kick you out.
Yep.
And then da-da-da-da-da. So I think where Taladeus comes from is more of a like, he's moving political figures. He's moving fichas. Like, how do you say that? Like he's
like poker chips.
Yeah, he's moving like chess pieces.
Yeah. Can you tell we don't play either?
No. He's moving
I hear you.
Chess pieces, whereas I think the thing with Kingfisher is that he's overconfident.
He is overconfident.
That he can handle it.
Yeah.
And
maybe he could, because that's what they talk about.
From what we've seen so far, he seems like he really could handle pretty much like anything.
Yeah. But I'm gonna just challenge it a little bit, because I'm not gonna let it go yet.
Okay.
Here's my thing. I would agree, but what bothers me is if this is so political, they have had this conversation. It's insinuated that they're trying to get Ceres in to also make political change.
Yeah.
So this has to be more strategic than like go in and go like guns a-blazing,
right,
that Fisher wants to do. So it just bothers me that like it's not just like protect Ceres, kill everybody. There's a reason why you want control of the vampire court.
I agree. No. Here's what I completely agree with this. I'm just saying, I think that where they were coming from was 2 different places. I think Kingfisher doesn't really take this seriously, because he's like, technically you're queen, the end. And I'm not worried about any of these idiots. Mm-hmm. And I think for Taladeus, he's like, okay, but that's not how this shit works. This is a political system here. It's very, very intense. People are always scheming in one way or another. Like, you can't just like walk in here and be like, I'm the queen, even though you are. Like, there are rules and there are protocols and there are things that you need to follow. That being said, I started to feel this way more later on, so I'm not really gonna dig too deep into it. I think both Ceres and Fisher are very dismissive with what her duties and requirements and the effort that she needs to put is.
Which, you're not going to love this, but makes Sylvana right.
Well, yeah, no.
You know?
No,
like,
look, I get where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine?
Because I would be Sylvana in that situation.
I think,
I'm like, who the fuck are you?
I agree with everyone in that court. Like, you were the enemy yesterday. And just because Tal bit you and you killed our king, like, now this bitch who's sleeping with the enemy is our queen.
Mated fully with my enemy.
And we can all smell, like, what's going on between them.
Yep.
Like, and now you're our queen.
Yep.
Now you're going to
And
rule
you
over
don't
this
take
court.
shit seriously. But anyways, this is just us not liking the characters up at certain points. But it does give the character
a good point
depth.
to bring up.
Yeah.
Because, like, as deplorable as the vampire court is, like, I get where they're coming from.
100%.
And it's valid. And I honestly, if I was in the shoes of any of those vampires, I would be in the same boat where I'd be like, I don't want this bitch as my queen.
Exactly. So.
And Malcolm has been their ruler for
their entire history.
Thousands of years?
Their entire history. He's the first and only ruler until Ceres. Mm-hmm. Like the vampire of all vampires. Yeah. And then this human hybrid person. It's like, yeah.
That's another thing. You're not even from this world.
Exactly. You came here like a month ago.
You were food like a week ago.
Literally.
And now I have to like listen to you and I have to call you my queen.
I would struggle with that. Especially being a Lord of Midnight. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So
then we move on to chapter 3.
And Aerith. What's so funny was that this POV, I think, was Kingfisher's. Chapter 3, I think, was Kingfisher's POV. Mm-hmm. And he's like, there he goes. And then he was like, he's fast, but I'm faster. Mm-hmm. He just fucking kills this guy. Because Aerith tries to kill Ceres.
Yeah.
And Tal, like, I literally see Carla's notes. Tal.
I put a little heart
eyes emoji.
I put Tal heart eye emojis and how powerful he is.
How powerful he is. We do find something cool about him. Mm-hmm. What I love about Tal so far. I mean, I've read more, but I'm trying to keep it
strictly to 1
through 10. Mm-hmm. What I like about Tal is that he has perfected the resting bitch face, where like he literally looks bored to everybody, but he's like fucking liquefying people. So we find out that even before Tal turned, he was always powerful in like how to
his magic, like his affinity.
Like, yes, his ability to control liquids.
Yeah.
Blood.
And super cool.
Really fucking cool.
Because blood is a liquid. So he's able to essentially destroy anyone.
Yep.
And without really needing to do anything. So I agree. That was really cool. I will say, okay, so one other thing. The Quicksilver is much more tame now because they've taken so much out of it.
Yeah,
and
out
it
of him.
seems to be guiding Fisher instead of driving him insane.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, because right when like Aerith is gonna kill Ceres, the Quicksilver is what a Kingfisher and is like hello, and it's just got very good timing. But with regards to Tal, love him down, but what is the motive? Like, what is his motive?
If we were to truly stick to the politics, and we know some of Tal's background already, where he is obviously at this point friends with Kingfisher, right? Like in a weird way. We don't know everything yet.
Yeah.
Like we know more because we read more, but in this state, right? you have to look at it from the perspective of him not liking the way the vampire court is run. And maybe Ceres is his way to changing the politics of his court. The only other thing that I can think of is just the bond of maker and maid.
Nah, because
If he can feel, if she can feel his emotions,
Yeah.
how can you not build some
right,
kind of
but he's
relationship?
thousands of years old. I don't think she's the first, and we'll find out later in the book. I don't think she's the first person that he makes. You know, that he.
I don't think
transitions.
he's made many. I think isn't it?
Well,
I think
don't
it's
know
only
if it's in
been
here, so
okay.
I don't know what chapter we find out about that.
Well, I don't think it's been many. I think that's what he's insinuated.
Maybe not, but at this point in chapter 30, things are a little more clear for me.
Okay.
But at this point in chapter 3, I was like, what is the motive?
True.
Right now, we don't know anything.
Right now, my bet is political.
Right. But then, so I'm like, but why wouldn't you just take the crown for yourself and kill her? You know? But
Because I think that he has some kind of relationship with Fisher.
right. So at this point in chapter 3,
Some kind of like brotherly shit. Like I don't know. They like really respect each other.
yeah, right now in chapter 3, we can see that there's like a familiarity with Fisher and with Tal.
Yep.
But I was more so just wondering, like, why are you so invested in this? Like, why not just like let Fisher handle it? Why do you need to boil his blood? Like, you know, to the other two vampires that like we're gonna go jump on
Fair.
Sarah's. Like, why not let Fisher handle it?
Yep. Like
Why shut everything
And
down?
that's actually such a good point because why interject yourself in this when you're supposed to seem as neutral as possible
Right.
as a Lord of Midnight?
Because he's silent. This whole time, Zovena's running her fucking mouth. Which, by the way, she ran her mouth so expertly that I was like, behead her now. Like, I was like,
This
I
is
can't
why
with
we're
this
not
bitch.
queens.
Yeah, no. I would have already spilled blood.
Yeah, 100%. I would have been like, who in the heck are you fucking talking to?
I would have been like, bitch, I'm
Yeah.
your queen. And from now on, you can't speak. How about that? Cut her tongue out.
Yes. So she ran her mouth for longer than she should have.
Yeah.
And Tal's just there, right? So you're right. I think that's a good observation. Like he was quiet, neutral the entire time, but then as soon as like violence starts, he's right there on their team, which I would hypothesize is not a good move.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look because why are you so invested in her?
I mean, the whole court knows that he sired her, but
Yeah.
still, like, regardless of that, like,
You should have kept your place so that it can't
why
be.
did you do that? Especially when you know Kingfisher was going to be able to handle
Yeah.
it. Like, I'm just saying, at this point in chapter 3, I'm questioning things.
I like that. Like I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah. We also learned a new term, which is dosed.
Yeah, with the biting, like
Yeah.
you dosed her in some kind of euphoric.
Yeah, essentially, it just means that, like, she put her venom in
Yep.
him.
Yep.
I think the venom injects before you suck
Yep.
the blood,
Like
and
if
then
you
it
hold
gives
still.
them like a euphoric high
context,
or whatever. Yeah. But then we do find out in chapter 3, at the end of chapter 3, we find out that there is a roadmap of a plan that Fisher and Tal have put together. And this is why you're like, okay, or me, why I was like, what's the fucking motive here? Because Tal's protecting Ceres in exchange for something. What?
Yep.
What is he protecting her in exchange for? And Ceres is looking for something in the library.
Sanna's Rothian library.
Library. What is she looking for? This is the very beginning of the book. So what we know now, we didn't know then. What has happened in the book hasn't happened yet.
Yep.
If your mind is going where my mind went now.
Right.
But she was
Okay.
looking for something in the library.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you.
And Tal is protecting her for a reason. For what reason?
We don't know.
So you're already getting hints at that, like, there's a plan in place. We don't know what it is. And Tal's part is protecting Ceres for something.
Yep. Okay.
That's what we find out in chapter 3.
Kingfisher kills everybody as per usual. and gets kicked out on chapter 4. Tal's like, you need to leave
Yeah, he's like,
for
goodbye.
a little bit.
Good fucking bye.
Goodbye. And Kingfisher's POV is he goes back to where Renfizz is in the camp.
Yes.
And he's there and they're kind of just like boy bonding, talking shit with Lorith as well.
They're busting balls
Yeah.
about Fisher being dosed.
Yep.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, it was funny. And then somehow it comes around and we realize that Renfizz really hates Tal.
Yeah.
Like really like just cannot stand even the topic of Tal.
And Fisher, who is best friends with Renfizz,
defends
Tal.
Tal.
So already we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, we're
What
already
happened?
like,
Why do you hate Tal so much?
Yep.
And why are you defending him so much?
Yep.
Because if he was a necessary evil, right? Like, let's say you and I, like, we have to deal with some bitch because she's a necessary evil. And you're like, I fucking hate her.
Yeah.
In no world would I defend her if I didn't care about her.
Exactly.
I'd just be like, whatever, fuck her.
Exactly. Like we're best friends, but we have like a common person. Like, no.
Yeah.
No way. Especially because Renfizz and Kingfisher are the top
Yeah, they're
best friends.
literally brothers to each other.
Exactly.
And we do get clues because a curse is mentioned.
Yep. And we know that Malcolm bonded Tal to obey him no matter what. So Kingfisher tries to explain this to Renfizz, like, you don't know what it's like to be bounded by something. Like, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And
to
Renfizz,
be forced to do things that
you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And Renfizz was being a little stubborn. He was like, no.
Yeah, Renfizz was like not budging.
Yeah.
And then this is where we get like a bigger clue is that Fisher's like, he mentions like, have you never been so in love with someone that you'd sell your soul to protect them? And he's referring to Tal. Like when he's defending him, he's like, do you know what it's like to be so in love with someone that you'd sell your soul to protect them? So now,
Who is Tal in love with?
yeah. So now we're like, okay, who is he referring to?
Who were you so in love with? You became who you are.
Yeah, you can make a few inferences from that, but I don't want to lead anything.
No.
So, Renfizz says he abandoned you. He left you over 1,000 years ago. He willingly chose to leave us all and go with Malcolm. So now we get a hint that like, okay, hold on. Were you friends? Were you like, what the fuck was the relationship here? Obviously, this goes deeper than what we initially thought.
Yep.
Because when Quicksilver ended, I thought that Tal and Fisher knew each other because Fisher was
been a
stuck
battle
in that
for
maze,
thousands, yeah.
and like I don't know, Tal was there.
Yeah. And he was like in vampire world.
Yeah.
We are led to think that Tal and Quicksilver was like low key friendly to Fisher, but there wasn't anything else. He was still like
he was
Malcolm's
just like a
number
decent
2.
vampire.
Exactly. That's all you get like the information for.
Yeah.
But then you find out like no, it sounds like Tal was part of their brotherhood almost.
Yeah. You're getting the context in this chapter that there was a relationship between Renfizz and Tal separate from the one between Tal and Fisher. It's not like a friendship by association because Renfizz is also acting super salty about it.
Yep.
So you can see like, okay, your butt hurt.
Yeah. I agree. What I do like that Callie has done is given us a lot of like interesting questions.
Yeah.
We're on chapter 3, 4, and we're already like, what do you mean by this?
Yeah. We have like bullet point questions.
Yeah, we're like, okay. Okay. Huge compliments to Callie's writing. Another amazing example to her showing me the scene.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking creepy creatures.
Yes. Wait, before you say that, I just wanted to say at this point when we're getting like the insight on Tal, and at this point in my journey as a reader, I'm really liking Fisher's chapters.
Yep.
Don't care about Sirius's chapters.
Same.
Fisher's perspective, enjoy it. Sirius's, no.
No.
But at this point, we're talking about Tal. We're trying to figure out what the fuck happened there. Yep. What's the relationship?
Yep.
And then when Fisher mentions, like, have you ever loved someone so much that you would sell your soul for them? In chapter 2, Fisher told Sarah, Zovena was Lycian once like Tal. He loved her. For her part, I think she loved him too. But that was a long, long time ago. So
you have to,
here in chapter 4, I'm like, okay.
So Tal
was
changed for
Zovena the one that he sold his soul for?
I think it's made to feel that way.
Yeah. She's dropping shit. That's one thing I will say about this book. She drops shit left and right in this book. Every chapter.
Yeah. Every chapter you're like, So I'm really liking it. Yep. It's just so funny that I was not excited for this book and I'm like really enjoying it.
Yeah.
But
so the scene building.
Okay. I got goosebumps from like, what do you mean?
I pictured it like a movie.
Yes. She did an amazing job at showing me the scene of like 8 feeders moving in unison. Then they were like on all fours and then they were like wailing and then they were running. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yes. It was so, I love how she writes.
Yep.
I think she's so great at painting the picture
the
for
image.
You.
Yep.
It's so good because
I know.
exactly like I pictured everything, them wailing, them like coming after them, the unison. Like I was like terrified.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And we introduce actually a very so I don't know how to explain this because I'm not we do read a lot, but I'm not like an expert at like this type of book and whatever. But by her introducing these feeders, she's introduced a theme that I love in books, which is we don't know how we're going to solve this. You and I have talked about before the idea of like, I hate when people in like fantasy worlds, like in our books, find the answer. Like we even talked about like how much we didn't really like how quick Ceres was able to talk through the Quicksilver. Like we wish she would have struggled a little bit more, had to learn something, had to find the book or whatever.
Yeah.
The fact that these 8 feeders can be taken down by magic, they absorb that shit.
Yeah.
Renfis and Kingfisher were like, oh.
Yeah, and then they feel a part of their magic leaving them.
Like
that was crazy.
That was crazy. These feeders are sucking their magic. They feel depressed in that moment. They're like, oh, I need this to end.
Yeah.
So you've literally been sucked out. Silver does nothing. They fucking light them on fire. It doesn't do shit. The only thing that stops them is beheading them. And they're still alive.
Yeah. They're just moving like different because their head is not on their shoulder.
Exactly.
Anymore.
And at this point in the book, I'm like, oh my God.
At this point in the book, I was like,
what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Right. And I realized I love that. I love that everybody's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I love that the big bad Fisher can't solve this. I love that they cannot take them down.
That they've never seen this. They have no idea what to do. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting because like you hear feeders and you're like, whatever, just, kill them.
They're the same ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And these like were, it became increasingly petrifying.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, okay, that doesn't stop them. Okay, that doesn't. And then he's like, it has to be fire. Fire has to stop them.
And you're like, okay, yeah, the fire.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so this is
it doesn't.
It doesn't. And you're like, what the fuck, bro? ¿Qué tú haces?
I loved it. I remember reading it, and when the fucking creature kept moving through the fire, I'm like,
do you know how deeply I would have shit myself?
I would have shit myself seeing those across the fucking yard, but sure.
No, yeah, but like, let's say I'm like a fucking warrior, and I'm like, whatever. These feeders are pussies. Like I'm faster.
And you have a god sword. and you have magic. The God Sword screamed. Remember?
Yeah.
When Kingfisher tries to, well, Kingfisher beheads it.
Yeah.
Or stabs it, I don't fucking know. But Nimrel, whatever, was like, ah! Like, your God Sword can't handle it.
And then
Magic
Lorith goes
can't
to
touch
take
it.
out his, and Fisher's like, no,
Don't
put that
do
shit
that.
away. Put
Yeah.
that shit away.
So every single weapon that you've used in the past, magic, God Sword, swords, whatever the fuck, fire, nothing works.
Fire's like the ultimate, like,
I know.
that has to drop them. And
Vampires cannot be around fire.
Yeah.
It's like the number one thing.
They talk about how, like, there's no
Can't go to the
fireplaces
sun.
in
There's no windows.
Amaranthium.
There's no windows, barely. So I'm like, ooh. So I like that. We move on to kind of like just a little bit more background on the feeders and their lifetime.
So, like, we don't really know much about feeders other than they're mindless. And in chapter 5, Fisher's gone for like 25 minutes and he comes back. Like, Tal was like, you need to leave for a few days. And he's like, well,
I'm back at dusk.
He's like, what the fuck is this?
Literally.
And they show the head of one of the feeders.
Yep.
And at this point, all we know about feeders is that they're mindless.
Yep.
And they're like, Tal, like, they're talking about like what to do, how you can't take them down. And Carrion is like, anybody notice anything weird about these?
I love his
feeders?
input. I love his input all the time, but I just find it hilarious that usually it's like really smart too.
Yeah, it's something that's like crucial.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, no.
He's like, look at their fucking ears. And they're human ears.
And everybody was like, oh.
So then Fisher's like, how long do these feeders last? And Tal's like, not long.
I love
a few weeks.
And you know what's funny is that when they first entered the chapter, I think Lorith was like, please tell me it wasn't you. And Tal was like, what the fuck?
I love that too, because Tal's like, bitch, like,
fuck you.
Yeah.
You know? Tal's like,
I felt very relatable too, where I was just like, I like to see, I was really enjoying getting to know Tal.
Same. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that part. I thought it
Little
was
hard
funny.
eyes.
I was like, oh my God, Tal. I love him. So far, I'm on chapter 30 and I still love him.
Same. And so we find out that the feeders are human, and they also have that little X.
Oh yeah.
Like behind the earlobe, which Karen was like,
points out. He's like,
yeah, Karen's
look, don't you have one?
Ceres, look at this. And then Ceres is like, oh. And then she was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Or whatever.
And then Fisher was like, is that like your mark? And then they're like, oh shit, these are from Silverin.
Yeah, and then you also learn that like feeders are loyal to whoever like their maker is.
Yep.
So you just get a little more context on what feeders do.
They can control them and thrall them, etc. And at the end of this chapter, for some reason, it's the first time that Ceres hears the beckoning of a Quicksilver pool, and now she knows that there's one in the castle.
Yeah.
And then chapter 6 was like, blech for me, honestly.
Yeah, I would agree.
I have a lot. I have to say a couple things here.
It felt like a novella.
It literally felt like, what is the point here? I had it. Okay, so whatever. Chapter 6, they Fisher's like, you're coming back to Kalish with me for today.
You just got coronated.
Which, by the way, no, I'm the fucking queen. I'm not fucking leaving.
This is what I mean.
It's day 4.
Like, okay, right now I was like, fine. But like, let me just put this into some context. I don't even know if it's been a full day since you were coronated.
It hasn't.
Who gives a shit about Ceres?
Nobody.
So what the fuck are you going home for?
It gives these are newlyweds, and like they need to be together. There is a whole fucking court you're the queen of. Like, I don't give a fuck about your mate. You shouldn't be leaving your seat of power on day 4.
I agree. So this is where I wasn't at this point yet feeling like you're really like
annoying.
You're being super irresponsible.
Yeah.
But I was like, I understand that this is probably to like wrap things up in Kalish to give us some context of what was going on there. But I didn't care for it. It was basically just like a big dinner celebrating her. She's the lady of Kalish now.
Yep.
I don't care.
And in that, okay, again, I know that I'm annoying with this, but and in all honesty, I'm really liking this book. I really like Callie as an author. There's just some things that I feel are like these relationships continue to feel forced for me.
Fisher's and Sarah's feels forced to me.
Yes, and also series with literally everybody else.
No, Sirius and Carrion, like, I feel like
No,
she's
I guess
naturally
no,
annoyed
okay.
by him.
No, okay, so Sirius and Carrion feel good. Even Sirius and Lorith feel good to me. But Sirius and Renfus are like, oh my God, like he hugged me and I thought he was going to judge me. He doesn't even fucking know you.
Yeah, okay. Yes, you're right. Because when she goes back, everybody greets her. Telena greets her.
Yeah.
And then we hear about Everline. Hasn't woken up yet. And Telena is like, oh, maybe you can like pass by. Maybe she'll wake up.
With your voice.
Bitch, I knew her for less than a month. She's not going to wake up to her brother.
Yes.
Renfus.
Who has known her for thousands of years.
Pero la extranjera. Me, who ditched her.
And I think they went together in Belacon's castle for longer than a week before Fisher was like, we're leaving.
A very short amount of time.
Exactly. So I'm like,
I would say maybe like 2-3 weeks she was there.
Yeah. So I feel, again, forced. I didn't like it. I just felt like, ugh, this is uncomfortable because these relationships aren't really real to me. So I'm like, well, at one point, the Archer, the little Cole that we love, was like, yay, wedding time. And Fisher was like, no. And she was like, thank God.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they go and have sex for the rest of the fucking chapter.
Yeah. Well, but then he kind of specifies, like, I can't marry you because in their Fae tradition, like, when you get married, you tell your spouse, like, your real name.
Yeah.
So we find out Kingfisher has a real name.
Right, which we knew that Kingfisher wasn't his real name.
Well, we assumed, but we didn't know for sure.
Right.
But now we know not only is that not his real name, but he also tells her, like, I can't get married because I don't know my real name.
And part of the tradition of getting married is you exchange real names.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it.
It doesn't matter. You know my real name. Like, who cares? And he's like, no, that's not how it works here. He's like, you stupid little human.
So we know that he doesn't even know his own name. He looked for it in books and in his mom's writings, and he just doesn't know it.
Normally when I think it's 12, when the Fae turns 12, the mother will tell them, like, hey, this is your real name. 14.
Yep.
And then, unfortunately, his mom died before his 14th birthday. So she died with the secret of his name.
Yep. And then they have sex for the rest of the whole fucking chapter.
Yeah.
Then we find out, kind of walking into later on, because remember, we're only focusing on chapters 1 through 10.
Yeah.
So around chapter
6 and 7, boring. They were in Kalish.
Yeah.
Now the good shit starts happening again. They go back to Amaranthium.
Amontrieth. Bueno, tú sabes. You know what we're trying to say.
Yeah, that place.
And we find out that Tal was supposed to be a part of Fisher's brotherhood.
Yeah, the wolf
pack. Lupo Proelia.
There we go. I was waiting for you because I don't fucking remember that shit.
And so then you find out that basically he chose death, like becoming a vampire, instead of joining the wolf pack.
Yeah.
Which is an odd choice.
Yes, but it starts kind of like creating a sort of path of understanding of like, something happened. Something happened. He chased love.
And Renfus is very butthurt.
Yeah.
Still.
But that's the question why are you
does
so
it
upset?
Bother him so much?
What does him falling in love with, let's say,
Sylvana? Yeah.
What does that have to do with you?
Exactly. So then Ren and Fisher are walking into Irene, and the camp is destroyed.
This was crazy.
It was
11,000 warriors gone.
gone.
Some dead. So yeah, not enough to account for 11,000 soldiers.
Right. So then we're like, where the fuck did they go?
Everybody's kind of freaked the fuck out.
Yep.
Not kind of, super freaked the fuck
Yep.
out. And then it gets creepier because the bodies of the new feeders,
Like the ones that they
the 8 that were like in
beheaded,
unison,
they had tied up the bodies
and then like
to a
hung
tree.
them off a tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And their bodies like
Fused into the bark. And wherever the bodies were was like the dirt or whatever.
So the tree was wrapped in black vines and black roots that burst over the dirt and out of it for 30 feet before plunging back in. So huge.
Yep.
Seems like something's spreading. The roots have gashes, like someone took an axe to them, which caused a black liquid to pour out into the ground. And wherever that oozes touch,
it rots.
Rot follows, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
I thought it was just feeders. Why is the tree oozing?
Fusing into these bodies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is cool.
I was super interested. I was like, well, what the fuck are you going to do now?
Yeah. I'm like,
how do you stop that shit?
Like literally a camp of 11,000 is rotting.
Yeah.
Basically. Which we go back to Quicksilver, where Ceres meets with the god of chaos, and he's telling her, like, this can rot. Like, this, like, we're trying to prevent the rot.
So I actually didn't put that together with this because it tracks.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he said. And that's exactly what we see happening. But at the time I read this and I was just like, what the fuck is this? And what's going on now?
Yep. We go into chapter 9.
Yeah.
Which was a very, very interesting chapter for me.
Very interesting. Started off and I was like, I'm bored because Ceres is narrating.
Visiting Everlane. Everlane hasn't woken up. And then Ceres hears the Quicksilver and she's like, there's no Quicksilver here. And then she notices that Everlane is wearing Quicksilver earrings. She touches it and it literally liquefies in her hands. It touches Everlane and then all of a sudden her eyes flutter open. And she says something like, you're finally here. And Ceres...
Okay, let me just pause. Let me stop you right there. I would have been out of that fucking room immediately.
100%.
Immediately, I would have flown out of there.
Ceres was like, it sounds like she's possessed. And I'm like, and you're still in the room?
Upstairs, finding Fisher, like, goodbye.
And you're still in the room?
No, ya se queda ahí, like, como si nada.
Como si nada. And I was like,
couldn't be me.
That was scary.
That was
you're
freaky
finally
as fuck.
Here.
And her voice is different.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the girl or body, whoever's possessing Everlane is like excited and frantic, which scares me.
Yep. We just kind of find out like it was, they're telling her that she needs to find some book to prevent the rot from spreading, but she can't tell Kingfisher.
Yeah.
Which, red flag. Why wouldn't you want me to tell my...
So she identifies herself as Adina, and Ceres is like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
She's like, sounds familiar, but I don't know who the fuck you are. And she tells her to find a book in a library with a butterfly, and like that. She can't tell him. She says you cannot tell him about it.
Yeah. She doesn't specify who.
Right. So I would have been like, no, who's him, bitch?
Yeah.
Like, I need a name.
Yeah.
But whatever. She just infers that it's Fisher. And then what gets me is the lack of questioning, because I would have been like, okay, who are you? What book? What library? Where?
I know.
What section is the book in? Like,
it's giving me rave at the tribe.
Yeah, I would have been like, con una pluma. Okay. Book, butterfly, what library? Which one? Where is it?
And why is it important? And who are you?
Who's him? You don't want me to tell Fisher? Specifically Fisher. And if I tell him, what happens?
And why are you talking to me?
Yeah, and Edina, what's your last name?
And are you an Everlane? Why? This is why we will never be in
No,
a
she would have like, bye, forget it, and gone back to
Exactly.
sleep.
Literally.
She does mention that Everline is like stuck in some darkness.
Shadow
Yeah, she's
or
like, she
something.
can't get out. She's too weak. She's stuck in the darkness.
Yeah, but she does say like I'm not keeping her from her body, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, thank God. But
No, I just possessed her momentarily.
Jesus Christ. And then right when that connection is about to die off, she notices Ceres' alchemist runes, and she was like aghast. She was like, "You haven't sealed these?" And Ceres is like, "What?" She's like, "What the fuck do you mean? What am I supposed to do?" And that's when we at least get a little bit more info about alchemists, and we're like, you need to close that shit up. And this entire time, we've had gotten some background around Ceres having like power rushes and not knowing how to control them, and it
being
feels
afraid
like
to use magic because she doesn't know what's going to come out.
exactly, and her runes start burning her and stuff that she doesn't know what to do with it. So we have a little bit more of a hint of like where we need to go next to help her. And yeah, then at the end of that chapter, she's like screaming, "Wait, come back, Adina, whatever." And then right after, like Kingfisher like bursts into the room, was like, "Why are you calling my mom?"
Yeah.
That's been dead for thousands of years.
That part. I was like, huh?
Yeah. Creepy.
I mean, creepy, but like at least it wasn't a demon, you
Yeah.
know? So
I
I'm
mean,
like,
thank
okay,
God.
so I guess you can trust
Jesus.
you can trust the book. Because look, that conversation wouldn't have happened. I would have left. I would have run out of there.
I would have been like,
She would have had to come running after me. And if she came running after me, I would have flown, bitch. Thrown myself out a window, anything.
"You're such scaredy bitches."
I know. I'm such a pussy with this.
So funny.
But yeah, he's like, why are you calling my mom? She basically tells him everything that Adina says, minus that she
book
needs to
part.
find a book.
Yep.
And
Which-
here's what gets me.
Yep. I think I know
go
what you're
ahead.
going to say.
No, what?
Well, what gets me is like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would adhere by that. I'm not going to tell my meat about a book.
I need to know who him is.
Exactly.
Are you talking about Taladeus? Are you talking about Fisher?
Good point.
Are you talking about Brentfus?
Well, now that we know it's her mom, you would have to have like, that's a very
But at the time, she
calculated
didn't know.
guess.
And also, she's not specifying anything. She's like, a book in a library. What library?
Yep. Very true. It's because we've been introduced to 2 libraries in this book.
Yeah.
The book and the library in
there's one
Kalish and one in Sandusroth. And Belicon has one too.
So it's like, which specifically?
Yeah.
And does Kalish have a library?
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I just okay, whatever. So him, don't mention the book to him. It's not so much that I would have been like, oh, I can't tell him about it. It would more be like, who are you talking about? And like, I would have wanted to understand why this person can't know about the book.
Yep. Agreed.
Like, are they going to do something crazy because they find out about this book or something?
I almost even had the thought process of like, is his name in the book and she doesn't want him to know it?
I was just like, who? Who can't read the book? I wasn't convinced that it was Fisher. I was like, maybe it's Tao.
Okay.
But yeah, so, okay, here's my thing. Fisher comes in, she tells him everything, and then Fisher immediately becomes obsessed with stealing her runes.
Yep.
You're not going to ask me any questions about your mom?
Correct.
I would have been like,
Are we just
my
two
mom
GMOs?
that's been dead? Well, yes, but also like he
all of these
shows
questions are accurate.
no emotion towards, and like I get it, he's around people, but even in private, like he doesn't be like, how do you say impresionado?
Like affected.
I was very affected by that. Like, I can't believe my mom talked to you. Like, I've wanted to see her and speak to her for years.
What did
None
she
of that
say?
shit.
How did she come to be?
Yeah,
Did you
like,
ask her
what
her
was
name?
What was her? Was she like yelling? Like, what was she like? I would have so many questions, and he's
Exactly.
just like, "We need to seal your runes immediately."
Yeah.
Which, like, I get it. It's important, but also, you just learned that your mom, that died when you were 14, before you were
Thousands
14,
of years ago.
a child, and that like it has affected your life in every possible way.
Yep.
You just learned that she possessed your sister's body and spoke through it and told your mate all this shit.
Yeah.
and you're not even like slightly,
Like perplexed.
you don't have any extra questions.
Yep. Which, again, very important to mention this, but at one point in this chapter, it accents that this means that she hasn't moved on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So she's been stuck in this world
How miserable.
for thousands of years.
Lonely as fuck. And watching, too, like the way that her children have been mistreated.
Tortured in a fucking maze. Jesus Christ.
Horrible.
But anyways, thank God Ren and Lorth found some of the members of Aaron, but they only lost 1,000 over 11,000.
Yeah.
But that's scary because they were infected by the rot. So
Yeah, the 1,000 that they lost.
yeah, it wasn't like in battle or anything. It was just like it contaminated them. So again, we don't know what's going on. And then this is interesting, but at one point, going back and forth between, like, we find out that Ceres turned 25 in Evelia. And then Lorth is like making fun of him. Like, why are you celebrating birthdays? Like, we don't celebrate it past like young, like kids, whatever. And then they start talking about numbers, right? So, Lorth is like, you must be like 1,700 something, or whatever.
Yeah, talking to Carrion.
Yeah, and Karen's like, no, I'm only 1,090. And they're like, so you're not the heir? And then that's when we find out Fisher has like an idea of like, he thinks that when his dad took Carrion across the Quicksilver into Silverin, Evelia kept going, but somehow the Quicksilver stopped time in Silverin. I'm not convinced.
So this
Something
is a confusing
is
part.
weird.
This is a confusing part because it's like, why do that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of that? He says time works differently in the god realm. He's like, I saw
That's when she mentions
Ceres talking to the god of chaos at like the age that she is now, and that was a long time ago. So like, okay, but like, what is the point of that?
Yep.
The
I don't get it.
only interesting part that I got out of it was that Carrion says, he starts talking about what he remembers. And he says, I don't remember going there, referring to Silverin. I remember nothing. I don't even remember your father, Fisher. But at some point, Carrion had said that he had memories of his mother, at least.
Yeah.
But if Fisher's father took him, then he would have been the same age or older.
Yep.
And would have been able to remember Fisher's father.
Correct.
So unless like he was, and I think he was taken like when he was born. So unless he and his Fae abilities captured a picture of his mom in his head and that was it, this part was very confusing. Like I was like, something is not making sense here.
So see where I'm going with this, even with the bonus chapter. In Quicksilver, Carrion says, I barely remember them. That accents, I keep saying the word accents, but that insinuates that he has to have some kind of formed memory. He can't be a newborn unless, okay, fine, whatever, the Fae can work differently, but I doubt it. I've never seen that in the book, but I guess I can be introduced to it. That insinuates that he's older and he can have a memory.
Yeah.
The baby that was taken through the Quicksilver in the bonus chapter was a newborn. And now his age isn't adding up.
It's weird. It's
It's
either
weird.
an inconsistency with the author or there's something more going on.
Or she's plotting.
She could be plotting. Yeah.
She's plotting my twist.
Carrion has to be the heir because when Malcolm bit him to drink from his blood, he was like burned because he was a product of the bloodline that cursed them.
Right. But I'm like a conspiracy theorist at heart here, but at one point after the maze, Fisher says, we don't actually know why Malcolm didn't die from your blood. We're guessing it's because he was very old and powerful. Plot hole.
True.
It's okay, not a plot hole, but it's enough of a loophole to be like,
I will say I'm on chapter 30 and I still don't understand any of this.
Not great.
Well, I mean, there's more.
Okay.
And I know there's going to be a third book, but the Carrion swirl of like his age, what he
lineage.
remembers.
Yep.
It's a little bit
Giving you plotting, right?
It's giving me, I don't think this is intentional. I think that mistakes
Oh,
are being
really?
made.
Oh, no. I actually think it's intentional.
That or that, because it's just not making sense.
It's not making sense, and there are a lot of inconsistencies.
Yes.
But these are big inconsistencies.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that she left such a big plot hole.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, she's not.
Because think about it like this. In other books that we've read, we have seen inconsistencies with writing. I think we had a lot for them in Onyx Storm, but they were low key. They were like, wait a minute, wasn't this and this and this? But it was kind of like gray area. This would be huge. This would be
Yeah.
a huge issue. And I don't think that her editors would not catch that.
It could be. It could be. I just think that it's very strange. I'm not sure. Like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
What is the, like, paint the whole picture for me here.
Yep.
Unless this is going to be like a huge reveal plot twist, which very well could
Maybe
be.
she's plotting and twisting.
Maybe. But if she is, like, we're already suspicious about this one.
Yep. That was my little theory. But I do think that this would be a pretty bad plot hole to have.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is. I think this is intentional, and I hope that there's a plot twist. But anyways, then we find out the feeders that are infected by the rot aren't listening to Ceres' law of not hurting other creatures because they're infected.
Right.
This is when we see the decision that they need to find more silver, right? Because they need to figure out, like, if this shit spreads, they need to do a mass evacuation.
Yeah.
So they need more silver to make the quicksilver relics to be able to move the, like, innocent, like, people through the quicksilver into another realm.
Yeah.
And Fisher's like, okay, I need to go to Silverian. And Carrion's like, and I'm going with you. And he's like, fuck no.
Yeah.
And Carrion's like, I'm the only one that knows that city like the back of my hand. I know where the silver is. And I can help you get Hayden because you fucked that up already.
Yeah. I love that.
And Fisher was like, suelta.
Yeah. And then I love that fucking Ceres is like, I can go. And Carrion's like, no, you can't. And she's like, well, why not? And he's like,
There are two
double
suns.
dumbass. Like, how are you gonna fucking be in double suns, bitch? And she's like, oh yeah. But
This is when she starts annoying me a little bit.
I'm
okay.
already like, bitch, you were just in Kalish. You literally have been back for maybe 2 days. Aguanta.
Quédate
You need to
ahí.
stay. You need to,
She's
like,
so annoying.
I won't go in there yet because
Yeah.
we're on chapter 10.
Yep.
But the inklings of old Ceres is
Like
coming back.
most of Quicksilver book. Yeah, I know. Yeah, by this point, she starts off in both books in a way that I like.
Yes.
And then within the first 10 chapters, I'm like, oh my God.
You lost me. Yeah.
Qué pesado.
Yeah.
So-
Which I was already like, oh, I see where we're going with you.
Yeah. Like already on chapter 10, I'm like, I'm annoyed by you again.
Short-lived.
Yeah. So that's kind of our
That's
thoughts so far. But I did want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What do you think about all the random dresses that Kingfisher is leaving her?
I think she doesn't want to wear them. Like,
I know.
Yeah, they hala.
He keeps noticing, like, oh, she chose the leathers.
She's probably gonna like come out with a reason, like, I haven't worn them because this, and it's like, oh my God, like there's probably a reason behind it, but like there's something about that he continues to pick out dresses for her.
Yeah.
That I'm like, bitch, just give her all the dresses, let her put it in her closet.
Yep.
And when she wants to wear a dress, she'll pick it out.
Yeah.
But he like hand picks it every time. And I know it's meant to be sweet, but it's also like dude,
the
you
part,
don't know her.
I know. And like the part where he can smell that she lingered on one of
That was weird. He's like, I could tell she lingered on this dress for X amount of time.
because of the smell. I'm like, why do they have such good smell?
I hate that.
I
I hate it.
But anyways, that is our beginning thoughts at the beginning of this book. We are farther along, but we've kept it to no spoiler past chapter 10. So now that we've processed 1 through 10, we're excited to keep processing off the cuff.
Yeah.
Like just talking through our thoughts, which is our favorite
Yeah,
kind
we're
of
taking
episodes
notes
to make.
as we read,
Yep.
so that we can like go back and know like what we thought in the moment.
Exactly.
That's why you'll see us like postulate certain things. Like I'm
Yep.
on chapter 30, and I already have answers that I asked
Exactly.
in this,
Yep.
in this round, because
Yep.
those were questions that I had written down because I had them at the moment. Now I have the answer.
Yep.
But that'll be fun. It'll be fun to be able to like go back and be like, hey,
Exactly.
remember?
What did you think about that? Yep.
Yeah,
For sure.
I mean,
So-
so far at this point,
I'm
at
intrigued.
chapter 10, I was really enthralled by the book. Not that I'm not anymore. I'm just saying, up to chapter 10, very enthralled. I really liked how she kind of kept us on our toes.
Yep.
Everything was like, a lot of stuff was happening, but I didn't feel overwhelmed. It just
Same.
felt like,
Ooh,
okay,
I
there's
need
continuous,
this, I need that. Yep.
yeah, there's continuous things we're finding out.
Yep.
This is going on over here. Now that's going to happen over there. And leaving off on chapter 10, I was very excited to see
Yeah. Oh my God.
Carrie
Carrie
Ann
Ann
and Fisher in Zilverin.
by themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that we're going to have plenty more content on this. We're going to go 10 chapters at a time until the last couple ones, because I think there's 52 chapters.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll probably do 1 to 10, blah, blah, blah. And we will do a one-off Cove episode on the last 2 chapters and the bonus.
Yes, because there's a bonus chapter in the Target edition, which we have. So we'll talk about that also.
Exactly. So thank you for watching, and catch us next time as we dive into chapters 11 to 20.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.